This is Opie Radio, Sirius 206, XM 103. The show is back.
Yeah, we're back. Very special day for the first time on our show, Artie Lange. What's up, Artie?
What's up, guys? First of all, thanks for the support through all this craziness.
Of course. You got to support.
Yeah, that
you just got to do that.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything, I just want to acknowledge that Ron White hour was great.
I got here a little early, and I heard Vic is one of my favorite comics. I've known him forever. I don't know Ron, but listen to those two. It was like listening to a really smart, funny Klan meeting. You know what I mean? Like, before we get to the Jews, let me say I'll be playing Indiana, Pennsylvania. I mean, they are really funny guys, you know, and it was perfect.
And they like a drink or two. My God.
Yeah, Ron's a legendary drinker.
I think Ron White was the problem with the water, by the way. I have to say it. I think he might have taken it a little too far.
How about when you know you're going to drink that excessively, you just know you have water before you go to bed? You don't wake up and expect someone to just bring you a gallon of water.
And if you're beating the shit out of your body like he does, then how about you just take it out of the tap? Just get some water out of the tap and go back to bed.
Exactly. I'm going to look for Voss water. Get it out of a hose.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are too many carcinogens in the tap.
Right. You just down like a bunch of rot gut whiskey.
He had water the whole time, right there in the fucking bathroom.
You know, it's funny that you're talking about the Kennedys and everything. I played that Cape Cod Melody Tent a couple of times up there in the middle of Hyannisport, and it's true that the cops were saying, you know, Bobby had 13 kids, and there's all these cousins you never heard of before who still get in trouble, and the cops treat them like royalty outside of murdering. Maybe if they do murder somebody, they just pick them up, they take them to the compound, drop them off, and say, we're not fucking with you. You're Kennedys, you know?
They might have murdered someone. We just don't know.
Right.
They already brushed that under the carpet.
They looked the other way, but I work with Bob Schimmel at this place once, okay? And it's outside. You probably know it being from my
absolutely.
So I went on before Schimmel, and he goes on stage, and he had to do an hour. 20 minutes into his set, the people in the front row are screaming. They're pointing at his neck, screaming, like, oh, my God. A brown recluse spider crawled up up Schimmel somehow and was on his neck. It looked like an enormous black spider tattoo, but it was this poisonous spider. So the cops very calmly go to me, yeah, that's a recluse. Yeah. And I said, so what are we going to do? He goes, well, if it bites him, he's got 20 minutes.
Come on.
Wow. Now, he goes, if that bites him, we got 20 minutes to get him to the hospital. So Schimmel starts jumping around like a 13-year-old girl when he notices it. He's like, get it off me. Get it off me. Dancing around like something a guy really can't recover from. Like if you see a guy you think is cool dancing at a wedding or something like that. The thing falls on the fucking ground, scurries to the front row, and the people in the front row dive away. Eventually it calms down. Schimmel picks up his mic and like a pro just finishes the hour.
Just keeps going.
Gets him back. He was a real pro, man.
How did he know he had it on his neck?
I mean, it was right there.
But how fucking awful was the rest of his body that he didn't feel it? 80% of his body it covered.
He's an old school guy. Like, he always brought a suit. He was one of those guys who always took a suit on the road. And it crawled up his suit somehow and got on his jacket.
That's fucked up. How big are those things?
It was the big. Legs are big, so you know. But so it was right here. It's just how casual the cop was. He goes, yeah, that's a recluse.
Yeah, we've seen those before.
He's got 20 minutes.
When the audience notices there's an insect on you, that's a big fucking insect.
Right.
That's a big bug.
Exactly. He's telling jokes about, you know, shitting himself while he's fucking a cat. Is that a spider on you?
And they say that's how he probably got away with a lot of the stuff. Because I remember talking about that with somebody, and he's like, well, he's always so well dressed.
Right.
Who said that to me? Adam Carolla said that. He goes, it's just not as dirty. And
it's a good move. Yeah, exactly.
He was a brilliant comic.
Yeah, he was. He was
great.
Talk about a fucked up personal life. My God, I did the road. We did about 5 gigs with Blumenreich in the New England area. Blumenreich never did a set of comedy. He picked us up at the airport in a $200,000 Bentley that said comedy on it. This is a promoter from New England. Okay, so me and Schimmel look homeless. We're on the side of the road. He picks us up, and I'm going, Bob, we're on the wrong end of this. The license plate said comedy.
Yeah, I know the exact car.
Okay.
I went for a ride. I was in Boston. He goes, hey, I want to pick you up. Picks me up in the same thing. And
he loves it.
And then he just drives around all of Boston. He wants everyone to see his amazing car.
I own that.
Right.
He loves showing off to the comics, too.
Yeah, he
He's
loves
a very
showing
smart
off.
dude.
Yeah,
Very
no,
smart.
I haven't seen him in years. I hope he's doing well.
The guy.
Yeah, me too. My heart goes out to him.
really?
Delightful man.
I saw him about 2 months ago. Oh,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Okay, he's doing
fine.
okay?
No, he's he did the Newport festival up there, and I did that. And again, he picked me up and another car. He's got a Mercedes now.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of fucking cars.
He's got a younger broad with him, and he's doing fine.
Okay.
He's doing fine.
How you
Don't
holding
worry
up, man? You look okay. This is as clean shaven as I've ever seen Artie. It's only like 3 days worth of growth. I'm like, Artie looks good.
No, you
I
look
dolled
good.
up. I dolled up.
You look all right, man.
It just, listen, guys, again, I appreciate it, but it just proves, unfortunately, what times like this prove is just how many stupid people there are in the world. It's really awful. My two favorite Twitter, but one guy on Twitter thought I was an ESPN correspondent and said, ESPN has to immediately fire their correspondent, Artie Lange.
Oh, Jesus.
And I feel like going, if I was a correspondent, that probably would have been a bad thing to do for ESPN.
Well, I mean, our defense is really simple. It pisses me off when the mainstream media took what you did on Twitter and just assume you were going on a hateful rant. I'm like, no, at the very least, you got to acknowledge the guy was going for jokes and laughs.
It wasn't out of anger. It was trying to be. I was on the phone with my buddy, which was like, we were looking at this hot chick, and I made jokes about her whipping me.
Right.
And, I pointed this out. I only came after she was freed from slavery.
Right.
I only came after that.
That's a great moment in court. That's your big point to the judge.
Your Honor, listen, I want to point this out. My client only ejaculated after the woman was free.
A bit tasteless as far as jokes go. That's fine.
Tasteless is okay.
That's okay, but don't fucking turn it and say that Artie is a hateful person, has hate in his heart. That part drove me insane.
So once you acknowledge that and realize that's the case, that it was all just comedy, then all you want me to apologize for is making jokes. Think about it. If you realize I'm not for slavery, and it just was joking around, you want me to apologize for jokes, and that's fucking, that's a bad way to go, man.
You can't do that.
Did she ever respond or no?
No, which was smart of her. Why do it? I apologize to her if she was offended by it because, directing it at her was a dumb thing to do with this Twitter thing of making it at Kerry Champion.
That's the only person, if you had to apologize to anyone, it was just that one person.
Of course.
Like, hey, sorry I said that.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So I'm not going to apologize to Dick McGee in Iowa who thinks I'm an ESPN correspondent. And again, it makes you look at the rest of the main. Watch the banter on the Today Show. If that's what people want, man, then gladly have it.
Sadly, they do.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's exactly what they want.
Pick any day and watch the Today Show and listen to those fucking idiots talk to each other, trying to be funny, laughing at each other. That offends me.
So ESPN said they won't have you on again, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a big chunk out of my income.
I know, but watch, it's funny though. After Ray Rice comes back and plays football, they will absolutely have Ray Rice.
Sure.
Interviews
and coverage.
profiles
They won't block him out.
It's completely ridiculous.
This guy knocked out a woman. They debated it for 6 months.
Right. And he will play again. I said it from day one.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he's too good.
I was starting to think he would play this year, but he'll sit the year, and then someone will pick him up next year. Yeah. Michael Vick's playing. I mean, come on.
No, exactly. The guy,
remember the details of that story? We forgot.
Electrocuted dogs. Right. Or at least was there watching it, drowned another. Listen, man, it's not a person, but if you could do that to another breathing thing, there's something wrong with you, man. And, I just, to be put in that category is crazy. People
were you shocked by that?
Monster?
You got like a lot of stuff people saying they were hateful. And so it's always weird with a comedian when people assume your motive is anything other than to be funny.
Right, exactly. Patrice always made that point about Twitter. It's context, and look, it's going to get every one of us in trouble eventually. It's just the level of it.
Because they're just waiting and looking to get people in trouble.
Hopefully it never
Think
affects
about that.
Hopefully it never affects our radio show.
Right.
I'm saying that's their whole. You just made a great point. That's their whole life. They're just waiting,
doing.
Man.
They're waiting and then looking and just trying to get people in trouble. Period.
It's like Scarlett O'Hara's Black Maid says in Gone with the Wind. You just waiting there like a spider. Like a spider. Waiting there like a spider. Oh, Miss Oakley. So they got nothing else to do, man. But a bunch of people sent me tapes of these like Z Morning Zoo type guys who are like just, again, these guys just. They wait for someone to do something wrong so they have an easy target. So because they never say anything controversial. They never have an opinion.
Right.
But now they can have an opinion knowing it's safe and that's hating me for a day. It's like, we can't talk about the tweets from this monster.
That's how they presented it.
Yeah, the tweets from this monster, the racist tweets. I can't even go into what it was about.
Why can't you go into what it was about? Why can't you?
Because they're on Z100, I guess.
Some days I wake up and go, "What the fuck am I missing?" That just basic logic shows that you're not a monster and you weren't going for hate.
Yeah, monster. That's the word, monster.
There's a better debate there. All right, he tweeted this. Some find it tasteless. Let's debate that.
Right.
Let's debate that.
Well, why is Artie jerking off watching a sports show? Like that to me was the most disturbing thing.
I wasn't even jerking off. I was actually kidding. I mean, maybe that could happen, but no. Listen, you're right. Exactly. And how long would that debate even last? It's not even worth airing.
I agree. But I mean, if you're going to do something, that's. Take that stupid angle.
Right.
Not the other stupid angle, which is,
No, the other one makes more sense. Sure, absolutely.
Well, it makes a better story, too, I think a lot of these media outlets absolutely understand that you were going for jokes, but it makes a better story to go, no,
those people piss me off even worse. The stupid people are just stupid. It's like blaming a retarded guy for throwing shit at you. You know what I mean? When a smart guy throws shit at you, then you're more mad at the smart guy.
Because they know better.
Yeah.
You just know it.
It's ridiculous.
All these people grew up with Carlin and Pryor and the rest of them, and a lot of these edgy comics, they know exactly what you were doing.
And that's the other thing. All these idiots who I just talked about, they hear Richard Pryor's name, and he's this deity. And I love him. I'm not putting myself in the league of Pryor, but I'm saying he's this deity. Play one of his albums to them, and they would be so. And don't tell them who it is. They'd be shocked. They're like, who is this monster?
Or show them a transcript.
Just show the transcript.
Like the album where he sucked cock at L.A. County Jail or something, or whatever he talked about. It's like these guys would go. Another favorite thing on Twitter was this. After I apologized to Kerry Champion, somebody puts a picture of this poor woman, this black woman was raped and killed in South Carolina last month. They tweet me a picture of that, and underneath it says, "Hey Artie, apology unaccepted." like I'm responsible for this.
What do you think? What do you think? Your jokes motivated the rapist murderers? What the fuck are people thinking?
It happened before I made them.
Oh, we're doomed. It
happened 2 weeks before I made the jokes.
Everyone has just lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, so again, thank God there's people like this show out there fighting the good fight, but
did you get any support from people you didn't expect it? Obviously we have the same line of thinking and we get it, but were there any places that people who you were surprised came out and supported you?
Not really, unfortunately. Everybody was. I mean, again, like you guys played that set from Race Wars that I did, and all those guys, all the black comics down there, I knew they would not give me shit about it because they're all smart, funny guys. We just laugh at it, And in the last few weeks, Chris Rock got in trouble for something.
His 9/11.
Well, that was ridiculous too.
I know. It's an American making an observation that probably 1 million Americans share, but he can do it in a smart, funny way on national TV. So he's wrong,
The key was he was smart, and I said he respected the situation. He respected the Boston situation and the New York City situation. He acknowledged, whoa, this is a little heavy, but this is what we're all thinking. I'm going to say it today, and I'm going to make it really funny. What's wrong with that?
In other words, yeah, exactly. And what's more interesting? Do you want that, or do you just want a guy to make more jokes about airports? All right, fine, whatever. If the airport jokes are funny, that's great. But I'd like to see a guy step out of bounds a little bit. I
think we need people to push back finally. People that really enjoy this stuff really got to make their voice heard, which is a hard thing because you don't really make your voice heard when it's something you like. It's so much easier to make your voice heard when you don't like something.
Right, and that's the other thing. I don't want to get people that are in trouble that are friends of mine. You know what I mean? I appreciate the support, but I don't want people to get in trouble just for supporting me.
Right. Well, they're scared probably to support.
Right, exactly. I mean, I was supposed to do that show with you guys. That midnight show.
That's right, midnight.
Yes. I mean, you and Kurt and me were supposed to be. When my agent called me up and said, because of those tweets, Comedy Central might not have you on, I just did a special for him that was insane, like as far as offensiveness is concerned. And I said, I thought my agent was kidding me. I said, what? 2 hours before the car was coming to pick me up, they said they're not letting you do it.
Did the agents? They called my manager. This is what happened. They called up and they said, "Hey, tell Jim, thank you for not canceling." That's what they said. We didn't cancel Artie. They said we told him we were concerned with the tweets, and all of a sudden he went on Twitter and said that we canceled them. They said that they didn't.
That's a lie. Unless my agent's lying to me. Listen, it's a fucking business full of bullshitters. So I don't know, but. That's what I mean. We're in bullshit country.
We got to hug for that one.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But no, I was told my agent fought, and at the very end they said no. There's just too. That was such pussies. There was too much pressure from who? Who am I, Muhammad Ali? What the fuck did they think was going to happen if I showed up at that taping? There's going to be people wasting their time, bro. If there is, God bless. Listen, I sold out a theater because of this in 2 minutes. I'm playing the Keswick Theater in Philly. This hit, I sold it out in 5 minutes. It's like a 2,000-seat venue. I went up 10,000 followers in Twitter.
Bravo.
10,000.
Good for you.
And, I mean, not even that. I'm not saying good for me. It's just that's how crazy the fucking world is.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they're thinking about you. Whether it's good or bad, when people are thinking about you, they're like, oh, my, that's right. We like Artie. And they'll follow you on Twitter.
They downloaded my special a shitload more than I just had a book out. That went, up 15 spots on the... I mean, guys, look what you're doing. You know?
I need a controversy. That's the problem. I need a good controversy.
If you're going to do it, this was... I mean, it was sexual, and it was... Again, I said I was dressed up as Thomas Jefferson getting whipped by her. I mean, come on, guys. All right. Yeah.
How long do you think it'll take before you get back on some of these shows and places?
What do I got? What am I going to do on ESPN? Well, now I can't go make... It costs me money to go to Bristol, Connecticut.
Right.
And I can't go talk about the Buccaneers secondary?
Right. Okay.
What the fuck? I can't go make jokes about the fact that Ray Lewis is on ESPN. How about that?
We've said...
Wow, yeah, you're right.
Ray Lewis is
on ESPN.
Ray Lewis didn't kill somebody, but he was about 2 feet from someone who did. And he knows who it was.
We've shown disappointment in the sports talk shows. We would think they would be the last guys to be a bit edgy. And they're a bunch of fucking pussies.
All scared. You're right. They're all
I don't know if it's because they're scared and they got management
by Disney or
maybe
whoever.
because they got management breathing down their necks, but you would have thought
do, but
you would have thought they would have kept the edginess going a little bit.
No, that's why it is. Listen, guy, again, it's a different world we live in, but let me shut this off, this damn thing. It's a different world we live in, but it really does make me appreciate what you guys did, because it's not easy on any level, it's who knows what's going on.
We got shit for supporting you. I'm like, whatever. I mean, if you don't get this, I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
It's really, to me, it's black and white.
Right.
And that was the problem I had.
Yeah, what do you hate worse, the woman issue or the black issue?
It's really so easy to defend this stuff to me. Yeah. I don't even think we're stepping out there and being that brave. It just seems like the logical thing to do. We were the ones that stepped out for Imus.
Right.
The only radio show.
That was cool. That was cool. It was, yeah.
I don't know the only radio show, because I don't know what, but for in general, I think it was the only radio show. And our thought with that is, look, they're going to come after your radio show next, you idiots.
That's a good way to look at it. Absolutely.
Because they turned that into a hate thing. He was going for a dumb joke that day.
Again, it was a joke. And it's look, he came into radio, and those were the jokes you made, man. We all did, kind of. Look, think about how different the world has become as far as comedy's concerned, just in the last 10 years alone. Mm-hmm. When we all started at least listening to radio, it was a different world, man.
I was watching 16 Candles last night, hence my 9 tweets about it.
I saw.
There was a moment in that movie where the guy is joking about someone's dressed a certain way, and he goes, "Is he retarded?" And when I heard that, it just shook me. Like, not in a bad way, but like, I haven't heard that in so long.
They don't go down that road.
You forget, like, these little things that aren't even that dirty that you can't say anymore when you hear them.
I'm sorry. Well, watch the original Bad News Bears. You got an 11-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid from California throwing the N-word around every 5 seconds.
Try keeping your dick down while you watch that.
and they're drinking beers.
The kids are, and then you try watching the new Hollywood, like the Arthur with Russell Brand. Listen, I like Russell Brand.
I know, so much better than the original. I totally agree.
The Arthur with Russell Brand, whoever was responsible for that really should be kicked out of show business. I mean, he doesn't drink and drive. I mean, the original one, and again, I watched that with this girl I was dating. She was 28 years old. I watched the original Arthur. I said, you got to watch that. He's driving out to that broad's house.
Right, Susan, yeah.
And he's just fucking down in whiskey while he's driving and laughing. And I'm laughing like I did when I saw it when I was 13. And she's like almost crying. Like, oh my God, he drinks and drives? I'm like, I forgot how she grew up with MTV.
Then don't make the movie.
Right.
Don't make the remake then.
Right, make another movie. Don't call it that. Make it another shit movie. They made a new Bad News Bears that Billy Bob Thornton just walks through like a mannequin for a paycheck, and everybody.
No beer drinking by the kids. No salty language.
There's a kid in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
who
they
plays
had to make it all PC for everybody.
There's a fucking kid in a wheelchair who makes the left out. He catches the ball like Ron Swoboda in the '69 series.
Going for a Rudy moment?
What's the fucking message?
Right.
You're giving these kids, if you're in a wheelchair, you could probably play right field for the Mets. Well, maybe for the Mets. But no, you can't.
Did they make fun of the kid at least?
No, of course not.
When we were growing up, that would have been made fun of in a comedy.
Even the catcher.
In a comedy.
Perfect. He's already sitting down, sticking behind the plate.
Exactly.
That PC bullshit.
He makes the last out.
Yuck.
Like he catches the ball in right field.
I'm proud to say I never saw that movie. I just knew it was going to be awful, and
well, you
I
got
just
Walter
didn't go there.
Matthau in the first one. It's a
Brilliant
70s comedy.
guy.
Well, it's like North Dallas 40. You know, remember those movies?
Yeah. Before they could use real football teams.
Slapshot. Exactly. Nick Nolte in that movie. You know, it's just, we grew up on different shit.
And that's why comedy shouldn't be remade. There's no CGI that you're like improving on. You just don't need to remake them because you're only going to soften the jokes.
Get a new story. Fuck it.
Yeah.
They can't. I mean, they're running out of shows in Hollywood to remake. They've remade everything. I can't think of, except Mr. Ed, I can't think of one fucking old show they haven't redone.
And even that, they're doing a fucking horse cartoon on Netflix now. So Mr. Ed was maybe just too stupid. Or now you'd have to explain how you treated the horses. Like Lucky, 3 fucking horses died on Lucky.
They put ice in its gum to get it to talk like that. You know.
Yeah, they
how did they do that? Is that how they did it?
I heard
peanut butter.
I heard peanut butter in their gums.
Yeah,
if you really,
so that's bad to give it diabetes or something.
I'm sure Peter would have a problem with that.
But you could CGI the mouth right now. You could have the fucking thing smoking and talking, and you would look realistic.
You got to give us time from that generation to adjust. Give us time to adjust. It's hard to. I mean, you talk about Peter. Remember Keith Moon in The Who? He used to have the drum set. The big drum was filled with water, and there was a big fish in it. A big gold.
Oh, wow.
Every time he hit it, the fish goes.
It was fucking out of its mind. Like, what the hell's this?
That wouldn't be allowed.
Am I living through an earthquake?
He's playing Won't Be Fooled Again, and there's a fucking carp inside his drum.
I forgot about that until this moment. Yeah, Keith Moon used to have a fish in his drum set.
He would keep a fish in it with water.
Not every show.
Not every show.
Oh, the fish must have hated the Who.
He would break it out, though, for special occasions.
Yeah, you know, for something like the Kennedy Center Honors or something.
Yeah, he was nuts. Keith Moon was nuts.
He was a legitimately, like, real nut. Like, he wasn't trying to be nuts. He was a funny, crazy guy.
How do you feel? Are you cool? You coming back here is the first time in a long time. Do you feel all right?
You know, I've been back to do interviews with other stuff for the book, and then the special. They had me do a thing here. You know, I worked there for 4 years. It was a blast, a lot of fun, and you know, it goes on. I mean, I worked at Howard for 8.5 years. That's by far the longest I've ever held a fucking job. You know, almost a decade. So,
how long was Mad TV?
2 years.
Okay.
That was only 2 years?
I mean, the show lasted 14 years.
Oh, you did too.
I was on the first 2 years, but it was nice for residuals.
Were you on with Bobby Lee?
Bobby was after me.
Bobby came coming in today, too.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Bobby came the third year, I think, and I was there the first 2 years.
Yeah.
That was another one. The recurring character I did in that was a character called That's My White Mama. I played a black mother that was like a bad sitcom.
Did they have you in blackface or no?
No, I was just in a white curl, a pink curler, and an overcoat, like a house coat. And my catchphrase was, "Don't let me break my foot off in your ass." That's all I did for 4 minutes. Even back then, it was different. So.
And the TV show, they kind of screwed you on a little bit too, because I did Artie's show a bunch of times. It was a fun show to do, man. It
was. I mean, you know, the thing about that was it was going back to censored radio. And 8-minute breaks. I don't know how to fucking hit a break or hit a fucking post. I don't know how to do any of that shit.
But it was successful. What happened in the end?
They had a 3-year deal, and they 2 years and 7 months into it, they said you can't come. They FedExed me my stuff.
Is that how they did it? There was no real notice or anything, or they
sorta. That's how they did it.
Isn't that funny when they're done with you guys? They just are done.
They're done.
They kiss your ass. They'll basically blow you to get you.
Well, they know
at their place, and then when they're done, they just.
It's so different.
Go
man.
fuck yourself.
And again, they're operating out of fear. And I go to these executives, like I can still be funny. I'll get another gig or whatever. But what do you guys do? What do you know how to do except this?
Right. You starting a podcast soon?
I'm doing a podcast. December 1st, I'm starting a podcast.
Nice.
From my place. I'm cutting out all the middlemen. nothing, man. I'm just, I'm paying for all the shit myself, and that's it.
It's going to do very well.
We'll see.
What are you going to have your pal?
Yeah.
Just the Artie Lange show? Or
it's just going to be called the Artie Lange Artie Quitter podcast.
Okay.
So, and it starts December 1st. If you go to Artie Quitter on Twitter, you can find out information about it.
You look healthy,
so
too,
that's in
man.
a few weeks.
Everything going well?
I've looked worse. Yeah. No, I feel, again, I could drop a couple. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel good, man. I feel good.
You seem like you're in a good place.
Yeah, again, this whole thing it rejuvenated me in a way. So I was like, this is actually a good thing, because I know there's no real, in the end, people are going to realize I didn't really do anything that bad.
Did you have any moments of panic, though? Like, whenever this shit happens, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God.
When it first happened, you immediately cut to yourself going, wow, what if I really am loading trucks in 2 years?
Right.
Because I don't, I have some money put away, but I take care of my mother, and, I'm like, Jesus, God, well, what if the bottom falls out financially? Only in the most shallow of ways. I was like, what if I got no fucking money?
Right.
And no way to make it. But nowadays with podcasts and stuff, and knowing how to do stand-up, man, is a big thing.
You got a fan base, too. You can always make a living doing it. You're never going to go broke, because you always be able to go
I'm blessed with that. The people I have a following. Again, I sold out a 2,000-seat theater. What are you going to do?
Controversy fucking never hurts. As long as you're not fucking the guy from, Seventh Heaven. That's a rough one.
That's bad publicity.
Yeah.
That's bad publicity. The guy from Seventh Heaven is fucking kids.
Yeah, he pulled his dick out in front of a 12-year-old. Let's go see him on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same.
Where's he playing?
Right.
Well, even the shows we did together, those fans are all, they just loved it.
It was a weird split, too, and it was like our fans and Howard's fans. They were really great crowd. There was no issues.
They got along.
They were the same people, really.
Yeah, you were there in Atlantic City.
They absolutely got along, which was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, that first show, that first weekend, we sold 6,000 tickets.
That's right.
And
I think you sold 5,500 of them.
Well, that was, why? That was really my first time back after stabbing myself on heroin. So people were like, okay, well, let's see if he's walking. It was almost the Elephant Man type thing. Let's see if he can walk. Exactly.
Stabbing myself on. Are you glad that happened in a weird way? No, but did it wake you up?
It got me off heroin, I guess. That's a positive. That really is, man. Heroin is one of those things where everything you hear about, it's true. There's no hype.
I never did it.
It's not like God bless. Don't do it. I mean, look, the Grand Canyon, some people are disappointed, Mount Rushmore. Heroin's everything you hear.
It's always cracked up to me.
Heroin is everything it's advertised. It takes your soul. I never sucked a cock, but if I wasn't making a lot of money.
All right, we each have an experience to share with each other. So, I
was blessed with a good job making money, but it was literally I was making, for a while, I was on the road with a security team. I had bodyguards to keep me off drugs, and another 2 were getting me drugs at the same time.
Come on.
You talk about chaos. I had 2 guys I hired to keep me away from heroin, 2 guys I hired to get me heroin. And
they fought it out every night.
It was like
who usually won?
The humidifier and the dehumidifier.
What do you think?
The heroin always won.
Always won. Okay.
Because I'll tell you what. Listen, these guys. If I really want to get it, I'm going to get it. They got to sleep at some point. There's shifts and stuff. I had a guy. I was at a hotel in Vegas. I won't say which one, but the guy left it under a garbage can outside on Las Vegas Boulevard. I just went out and he told me which garbage can it would be under, and I left money underneath it, and I grabbed the shit and I went back in. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. No one saw me get up and leave. I mean, if you want to get, it's either that or try to do a show in withdrawals, and I've done that, and that is not a good show.
How long after do you start puking and going like whatever?
About 7 hours. So you got 7 hours, man, from the last fix. So it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
So you basically had to at least 3.5, 4 times a day just to maintain.
Yes. Here's where the living hell came in. Say I got a gig in Pittsburgh, okay? You can relate to all this except for the heroin part, okay? Right. I got to get on a plane in Pittsburgh. Now, I got maybe 100 Percocet on me. That'll stop the withdrawals for a couple of days. Do I try to get through security with that? Or do I risk going through security and go to jail? Right. And I got a record. I'm a convicted felon. I could look 3 to 5 years for trying to get that on a plane. One time I tried, and a security guy was a fan, and he said, Art, I won't call the cops, but I got to take this shit. And I'm like, really?
Thank God he was a fan.
I said, you're right. Well,
you're not really a fan, then.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, if you're a real fan.
Yeah, you're a real fan. You go,
this can be half the shit.
I checked them.
So now I got to go to Pittsburgh, all right, with no shit. I got a show in 5 hours.
Well, couldn't you have a couple Percocets or no?
Well, he took everything. He took everything. So now I'm naked going in there. So now, and this happened in about 18 major American cities, I would get to the hotel with my road manager. He'd go in to check up and everything and check in. He didn't know anything was going on. I literally I check my bag at the front desk. I make sure he's gone. I walk around. I get to a town car outside the hotel. And I say to the guy, every town car guy knows. I say, I need heroin. I need.
Oh, you just say it straight up.
I say, he goes, all right. He goes, how much you got? I go, I got like $4,000 on me. And he goes, his eyes were, So the problem is, like a tumbleweed, you keep gathering people, though. Because now this kid's like, oh, you're that comedian, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, can my sister come to the show tonight? I'm like, yeah, whatever you need. So now this guy's in my life. Right. And he's an important guy in my life because I can't fuck him over. He goes, listen, we'll go. So I go to this awful part of town, the worst part of Pittsburgh. I've been to the worst part of Kansas City, the worst part of Detroit, which is Detroit. The worst part of St. Louis, the worst part of Seattle. I've been everywhere with these town car guys because I couldn't get on a fucking plane with the shit. So if I can't score there, now these guys go, hey, give us a couple of tickets, we'll bring it to you. So now these guys are in my life, and they want the money up front, of course. So now I give these guys 2 G's, and I go, get me enough to whatever, And about half the times they showed up, half the times they didn't.
So you did get fucked sometimes.
I've had to do sets in withdrawals. And the other thing is you shit your pants sometimes. I mean, you'd get diarrhea.
Did you shit your pants on stage?
A couple of times I almost stopped. One time in Stuart, Florida, I said to the opening act, the local guy, come out here. You got to do it 5 minutes while I go to the bathroom. I said I had to take a piss. I would have shit my pants on stage.
Jesus.
Could you imagine that video? Could you imagine that?
Right.
That she'd release that as a special.
I mean, I almost shit my pants on stage. And I mean, like one of those withdrawals heroin shits is like because you get binded up. So it's 5 days of like omelets. Oh. It would have been the worst moment. Like, I don't think I could have psychologically recovered.
Right.
And, so that's the living hell of it. That's the living hell of heroin. If you're traveling, like most people on it don't go anywhere.
Did you ever think of FedExing it to yourself? Like,
I did.
You did do it.
One of the best Mitch Hedberg jokes ever is my FedEx guy's a drug dealer and he doesn't even know it.
Oh, that's so goddamn funny.
Brilliant.
How great is that?
That's brilliant.
But that's another guy. Like I got into it well before Mitch died, and I had real serious conversations with him about it. He was as dark as you could get about it, because I was always actively trying to get off it, because I said, I remember the days when I wasn't doing this. And it was just better. You know what I mean? It was just better. And he said, Mitch said to me, I tell my friends, I tell everybody, look, I want to do this till I die. I like it too much.
Wow.
I want to do this till I'm dead. Don't try to stop me. And listen, you think you love it, because if you're not on it, it's like the worst flu you've ever had times a million. When you might shit your pants on stage in Florida,
When did you stop loving it? And then how many more years was it after that?
You know what? Oh, probably a year in the 6 years I really chased the dragon, as you say.
Right.
A year in, it was hell. A year in, it was like, I'm not getting high anymore. I'm just doing this to maintain a regular lifestyle. Wow. And I'm doing this just to get on fucking stage. And, listen, God bless the Stern Show, man. I was making 80 to 100 grand a weekend. And I would,
Is he looking for people?
I think I ruined that scene. I officially I took a metaphoric shit in that scene. So I would say to my road manager, you gotta give me 15 G's in cash. He would get it. It's funny, I always paid my taxes, though. I always was that Al Capone thing with Italians. I was like, no matter what, I got to report this. So I overpaid, so I would never get in trouble. But I would, again, if you overpay these, and I would say like the dealers, I'd say, look, you could rip me off here. I grew up, in the city. I'm not an idiot. You could fucking beat me here.
Right.
But I'll give you another $2,000 if you bring it. So think about that. And, these guys are businessmen. And they would always show up, and they would always bring a girlfriend's friend. Who are these people? Oh, these are friends of mine. How do you know this guy? We played baseball together once. Or, the bullshit stories just mounted. And they would take over. And they were smart enough to know they had carte blanche. They had me in a shit situation. So they would take over like they were Elvis's crew in the back. They were like, they would put cold cuts in their purse. I'm not kidding.
Why you steal like a Midnight Cowboy? If it's free, I ain't stealing it.
Exactly. They just took a little too much. So yeah, when that's your life, that's when I know. When that became my life, I said, I got to stop doing this. See, Mitch started shooting it. I never shot it.
Oh, yeah? You were snorting it.
I snorted it. So, which means I had to get better quality shit, which is very scary. I had to get this white Peruvian shit or this China white shit they talk about because nothing else would work for me. The brown stuff you had to shoot. And
why'd you never shoot?
I just tell you the truth, I never.
The famous scared of needles, but not.
Well, here's the thing. I never really knew how to. I'm surprised. I go to a hospital. Someone's been to medical school for like 5 years to become a physician assistant. Can't find an IV. They can't find a vein. There's like a guy sleeping on a beer bottle on 7th Avenue who finds his vein.
He'll find a vein.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They tie themselves off. It was complicated. It's like that old thing. How do you hang yourself? How do these people know how to make a knot when they hang the? Once my life became that hell, I was done with it. It took 5 years to get off it.
I never thought about going to the cities and having the cop. And did you, when you taking the Percocets that would help you, couldn't you just put them in, I'm sure you put them in an aspirin bottle. How did you try to transport them?
I used to put them in cigarette boxes, everything. But, the x-ray thing, they would see, there's certain things they're on the lookout for, weapons, and they would look for the pills and stuff.
Well, didn't you have a prescription or no?
Yeah, but there's not a doctor.
Not for 100.
So I'm giving you 100 for 2 days. Take 30 tonight at 8.
Right.
Yeah, I was taking 25. I was getting up and, it's almost like a cliche for breakfast. I was eating them like cereal.
Just popping them.
Yeah, I remember we were supposed to do the Comedy Central roast together. We were doing Saget's roast, and you couldn't make it because you were
completely because I was in. I had started doing Suboxone, the Subutex shit, which if you mix it with heroin within 12 hours, you go into this awful illness. And what happened with the Saget roast was I took Suboxone about 3 hours after doing about 40 bags of heroin, snorting them. And I took Suboxone and
Why did you take it after that?
Because I had forgotten I even took the heroin and I just said, this will get me on the plane. And the Suboxone is a blocker. And
right.
It helps you with the withdrawals. And that you can get but it doesn't give you the high is the problem. So that mixture totally fucked me over.
Now, I remember they said the Comedy Central, they're like, look, we'll put a doctor on the plane with you. And fly.
Here's where show business gets evil. I thought I was Frank Sinatra. And meanwhile, they're like, look, Jeff Ross wrote 4 fat jokes. So
Jeff Ross, do you know how fucking bad Jeff Garland got beaten up that night?
I know, so I had to get Garland in my. He agrees 2 hours later. All of a sudden, he's like, "What's going on?"
I said, Artie, it's Jeff Garland.
Why are you attacking me? Sorry.
All the fat jokes were there.
I don't do heroin. I'm not on the radio. What are they saying? This shit.
I was on the phone. Why? I'm not from Jersey. What's that about? No, listen. What happened with that was I got on the phone. Talk about a scary conversation. Like, you don't know what their motives are. I was on the phone with Joel Gallen, the producer, who was a good guy. He was sort of on my side by the end, and my lawyer and my manager. And
this is day of or no?
This is morning of. I would have just made it. And they said, and Comedy Central executives, whose names I won't go into, but they said, look, we could have a jet at Teterboro, private jet waiting for you. We'll have a doctor on the plane, and you land, you come right here, and you do the roast. We'll fly you right back. We'll eat this $70,000 that's going to cost. And we'll have a doctor on a plane, which to me means if whatever I needed was going to be administered, And in that hell, I realized it was a bad move. Even in that, I said, I can't do that.
What made you say no? Were you afraid that you just would live through it, or?
Listen, I like the thought of going there and just making it. My appearance, first of all, would have been. I mean, you guys on the fly, you would have written 15 jokes that were just. Like, and I said I would have been defenseless. I had my jokes, but I'm like, I don't know, Bob Saget, the Olsen twins. I don't know what the fuck. What would have happened would have been disastrous. And I just couldn't get out.
You don't want to humiliate yourself.
I said,
smart. Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to die. That's the other thing. Who knows what this guy? If this guy's going to let me figure out the dose of morphine.
Right. Yeah, listen, we got this guy Conrad Murray. We're going to put him on the plane with you.
Can I get some propofol with it? Basically, they said, we'll have an operating room on a G6.
In the sky for you.
On a Challenger.
That's got to make you feel pretty important. No, like, no one's ever offered to fly. I have to fight.
That was odd.
Yeah.
I mean, but what are their motives? Probably because, like,
they wanted you.
Just as much as me making jokes, they wanted to make the jokes on me.
Yeah, they kind of like, oh, this guy will be great fodder for the comedians.
Oh, they knew it'd be a...
That's why Lampanelli was the perfect person for a roast, because she made great jokes and she could take the great jokes.
Yeah, at least she could take a beating.
That's what I mean, and she could give one too, so she's a perfect roast person. I was looking forward to that because Saget directed that movie I did with Norm Macdonald. He's a friend. Norm was there. You were there, guy. It would have been a fun weekend, but...
Norm was hilarious.
Wasn't to be.
Yeah, right.
They wanted you for the ratings, Artie.
Yeah, well, listen, it was flattering that I had that conversation where they said, we'll have a jet waiting for you with a doctor on it.
Jeez.
How about that doctor? 6 years of medical school. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
That's a pretty cool gig for a comedy. We need a doctor. We need to usher a comedian to Los Angeles.
He's getting me to a roast. That's what the other doctors are figuring out cancer medication.
I got to say, everyone around here has read. I haven't read your book, but Crash and Burn, they say, is an amazing read. An amazing read.
Listen,
you were pretty damn honest in it. It's what everyone is saying.
My second book. It's a second bestseller. I'm really proud of that. And look, I just let it loose. What are you going to do? I was inspired by your first book, The Honesty in It, Jimmy, to tell you the truth. I really was. Because a lot of these comics, and even some of the bigger ones, they just really... they do their act in a book form, and it's kind of mailing it in. It's kind of ripping people off. So when I got the first deal, I said, listen, I'm just going to really be honest about all the serious... I mean, it'll be funny just because it's funny.
Sure.
And I'll just be honest about all the other bullshit, too. And it worked. So I did a second one when all the other craziness happened.
I read the excerpt when you stabbed yourself. That was hard. That was one of the most unbelievable reads ever.
That was hard to write. It was even hard
I can't even imagine sitting down and going, all right, I'm going to write about this now.
I can't imagine doing it. I can imagine writing about it, but I can't imagine actually what that final... Do you remember it at all?
Well, it was never like a real It was like I never, like I said, if I had abs, I'd be dead.
Sorry.
I want you to laugh.
Hilarious.
No, if I had abs, I'd be dead. If I were David Beckham, you'd be saying, "Fuck." Well, David was great. I couldn't get through the fat, and it
I'm
was
not hitting anything. What the fuck?
So it's like if it's you'll have just a general reaction.
Funny.
You'll have general reflex going, "Oh, that hurts too much." That hurts too much. And I was like, well, maybe here. I thought about the neck, but then I was like,
yeah.
Listen, this is how dark it got. I thought about different ways to kill myself. I said, what if I just jump off an 80 story? I'll book myself at the Four Seasons. But I honestly said, what if I fall on somebody?
Oh, I know.
I thought about that person and their family.
Absolutely.
I was being thoughtful. I said, could you imagine a woman on like Oprah Winfrey and underneath it says, Artie Lange fell on her son?
Exactly. He was one of 50 killed.
Artie Lange fell on her son and 4 of her nephews.
Killed the whole family.
Yeah, so that's how dark it got for a while. But Shrinks, when I went away, said, listen, you probably didn't really want to do it because there's like I got access to guns and stuff. It was a fat guy cutting himself.
But do you remember? Like, were you in a blackout, or do you remember like as you're doing it? It's just
I remember it, but I was in the withdrawal stage, so it was that living hell, and I just couldn't. I couldn't go to cop one more time. I couldn't go to Washington Heights. I couldn't get in the car. I couldn't deal with it anymore. And
if you
the money I spent, forget it. The money I spent and made, and in the 10 years I was working at Howard, I made and blew a small fortune.
How much do you think you spent on drugs, if you had to guess?
One time I tried to figure out dope, gambling, hookers, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Easily a couple $1 million. Easily. And I mean, again, I really do hope that, we're laughing and everything, because I like, listen, half of my new specials about shit that I went through in rehab and stuff, and I'm proud that I have the ability to write about it and at least get myself out of those doldrums and turn a negative into a positive. But I really do hope people listen to this and go, I just never want to be like that asshole. I mean, because our generation, my heroes were killed from it. Belushi, Pryor, I loved all these guys. Kinnison had problems. And even with all that, I'm still doing it. Well,
You're
I
still
mean,
there,
what
yeah.
more evidence do I fucking need? You know?
Well, getting back to jumping off a building, we go back to that interview.
Right.
We interviewed a guy that jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. It was part of the documentary.
Did you see the bridge? I own it.
I saw the bridge.
It's one of the best documentaries ever. You interviewed the kid who landed on his ass and the dolphins kept him alive?
Was it that guy? Maybe.
I don't know.
One guy landed on his ass, like sitting.
Yeah.
And he said these dolphins came by and swam around him and kept him alive from drowning until the Coast Guard got there. I think he's the only one who lived, so it must be him.
So it must have been that guy, and we asked the basic question, what were you thinking as soon as you jumped? And he said, I wish I didn't do this.
Right,
He immediately said, fuck, that was a bad idea.
I talked to a couple of New York City cops who said people, you know, a lot of these people who jump off the George Washington Bridge, they go through the water feet first. They go right down to the bed of the river, and they go into the bed of the river, and they get stuck from the waist up, and that's how they die. They drown. They drown. The divers find the guys dead, stuck from the waist down, and so they drowned.
They go right into the mud.
Yeah.
How far is it before the mud?
I guess if you got that kind of jump, it depends on the tide and stuff.
Yeah.
It's doable, yeah.
Amazing.
You go down like a torpedo. It's
of course.
Trajectory, but, that bridge documentary where people are a guy set up about 24 cameras around the Golden Gate Bridge, and for 1 year had them on 24/7 and caught, I think, 25 suicides or something.
But he lied. He said they set it up for, what was
Traffic.
it? Traffic or weather. No, somebody went, holy fuck, a lot of people are jumping off this bridge. I'm going to document
he admitted that, but he lied to the city, I think, to say,
get it done.
Oh, yeah, right.
But no, his intent, but he couldn't say
I was going to say he never tried to bullshit about that.
No, you're right. You're right. But just seeing those little dots in the documentary, just another
Some
one
of them
jumping.
just fall, like that, and you see the little splash. It's the
end of the movie with the guy in the trench coat, dramatically,
unbelievable,
going backwards.
Just like well, what the brilliance of that is, then he goes back and finds out the backstory of these people, what their last 3 weeks were life, interviews the family. It's as dark as something can be, but it's brilliantly done. It's called The Bridge. Yeah.
Very dark.
Yeah, I never even thought of that. It's like it was half-ass, which means it was my way of saying, like, if someone can get me out of this heroin hell I'm in. I'll take it.
Where you at now with the whole thing?
Well, I've been clean. I drank about, what was it? When was I in Detroit? And about 8 months ago in Detroit, I drank one day and my diabetes went through the fucking roof. So I was in the hospital in Detroit for 9 days, which is a lot of fun. So besides that, I'm fine, It's a very...
How do you get past the itch?
It's the boredom is the worst.
Oh, really?
Are you doing the right thing, though?
I work it not as much as I should. We have mutual friends who help me out with that constantly, but that's it. Like that dry drunk thing, it's true. You got, if you're going to do that AA thing, you got to do it the right way.
Isn't it amazing the craziness of the thinking? Like, after all this stuff and all the money spent and the things it's cost you,
and you won't do that. Right?
Yeah. And like going to cop in the fucking ghettos in St. Louis to get it, just so you don't vomit and shit your pants on stage.
Just so I don't, not to get high, just so I don't shit my pants on stage.
Yeah, you're going into a fucking ghetto so you don't shit your pants, entertaining people for $80,000 a weekend. That's the craziness of it. And then all of a sudden here you have the child of being sober and just doing like an hour a day, talking to a couple people, and that becomes a chore.
The great thing about an AA meeting is like a plumber or a janitor could say something that changes your life.
Yeah.
They can say something so philosophical. Like this one guy in rehab once said the most profound thing about blow I ever heard. He said the best thing about cocaine is going to get it, and that's so simple, but it's so true. Like coke, like for me, coke was somebody who can get it, and you get that happy feeling. We're gonna go and get high, and then when you run out of it, you're like, this is a living hell.
That was always my favorite part. Like an hour after we ran out, just that feeling of that was such a good feeling.
Cool, such a blast.
There's no worse feeling than fucking craving something.
That's something I never smoked cocaine either. Thank God. And I was at parties, in L.A. too, where it was right in front of me. Like that's because I knew I'd live in that bottle too. That's scary. The speed freaks you see, man.
What's amazing? It's the fact that in show business, whether you're a comic or a musician, what's acceptable in our business is completely different than what's acceptable to an accountant. Like an accountant, people in the office are going to be going, he seems tired today. But you could come in and people are like, all right, well, he was on heroin, but we got him a doctor to get him here. And people are like, all right, cool, let's do the gig.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the The other thing about rehab, too, is sometimes people say the funniest shit unintentionally. Just these morons you're in there with. I had a guy, because sometimes in the middle of their story about getting high, they'll give their stupid opinion on something. This one guy in rehab, he talked about he was in Amsterdam getting all fucked up. So me and my cousin were in Amsterdam. We smoked weed, a bunch of weed, and then we went to the Anne Frank Museum. And by the way, she had plenty of room.
He said that?
That's what he said.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Hans.
Smoke weed. By the way, she had plenty of room. All right, can we just get that straight? And we're like, what? She had plenty of
fucking funny.
That's a Hard Knocks drug story when you're calling Anne Frank a whiner.
Right.
Me and my brother had less room growing up. But, it's funny you talk about the Hans thing. The same trip, we go on one of these boats. I got a hooker. I called her my whore guide. She knew more about the Rembrandt Museum than the fucking... So this guy looked like one of Hitler's wet dreams, blonde hair, blue-eyed guy. Again, with the Anne Frank thing, we're in the little gondola going through, and he's giving us a tour of the city. And he goes, that is the Anne Frank Museum. Very, 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 very tragic, very depressing, Anne Frank, of course, And he put his head down, and I guess he allotted himself the amount of time that's good for
Dramatic,
that.
right.
About 20 seconds, he gets up with a big smile on his face, and he went, and that is a great place for pancakes. I tell him my last stand-up special, the story about this other guy in rehab. This guy, group therapy. Sometimes in group therapy, the therapists will give you the therapy, which is my problem with. Like, we don't know. The therapists don't give you the therapy. They let the other people do it. Like, us morons are talking to the new guy. Like, what are we going to say to these people? You're the person with the fucking degree. This enormous woman, her name was Angie. She had like a cup of coffee looked like a kiddie pool. She would rest on her enormous stomach, and she would sip from it. So there's like 6 of us in the group, and this guy Juan comes in. New guy in the group, and she takes a sip and goes, Juan, why don't you tell the rest of the group why you're here? So he gets up, and this is what he says. He goes, listen, don't judge me. I'm not on that judgmental tip or whatever. Like, that's what he said. I don't know what that means, but and then he goes, I kidnapped my best friend's baby, and I sold it for angel dust. And then he sat down. Okay, so there was like a huge, long silence after that. I was like, I kidnapped my best friend's baby and sold it for angel dust. Then he sat down. There's like a couple minutes. The counselor takes a sip of the coffee, looks at me and goes, Artie, feedback? Feedback?
What the fuck are you supposed to do?
I feel Jim. What the fuck am I going to say to this guy? This guy should be playing chess with Charles Manson. Feedback.
Holy shit.
But she wouldn't stop looking at me. And I talk in front of people for a living, but I was scared to death. I got up and I said, listen, Juan, we've all had shit days. Try not to do that again. I don't know what the fuck.
Try not to do
I don't
that
know what
again.
the fuck to say to him. And then he fist bumped me.
What a brilliant financial decision to make, though. It's crazy as it is. Cut through the bullshit. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, why not?
Amazing.
Yeah, that's what
I got the wrong message out of that, but
Jim, you monster.
yeah, what a great broker.
Yeah, Artie feedback. That's what I want on my fucking tombstone. Artie feedback.
I'm gonna piss
I
my
got to
pants.
piss, too.
We'll take a quick break.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You want to hang?
If you want,
Yeah, hang.
I'd love to.
We'll do other material. We'll talk about Kim Kardashian's ass or something.
Oh, God,
all right?
yeah,
We'll do
that's
something
Bobby Lee
else.
will probably be coming
Is Bobby
in.
Lee here?
Not here yet. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, he's here. All right.
When did he get here?
We'll hang with Bobby Lee, too. What
Like
the
a
fuck?
few minutes ago.
Oh, good,
He's sitting
yeah.
on the floor in the office.
As he should
That's an
be.
Asian thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Get him a chair. Get him a towel.
We'll take a break. We got Artie Lange, and Bobby Lee's going to join us next to wrap up the show. So stay there.
This is Big B in the morning coming at us from the San Fernando Valley in California right now. We have the late, great Richie Valens with the Big Bopper at La Bamba. Bamba, da-na-na, da-la-la, bamba. What? I wish I forgot. I like Donna better.
Sirius 206, XM 103. The show is back.
Keep fucking that chicken.
We got Artie Lange in studio, and I forgot to give him the plug for the podcast, which starts December 1st.
Yeah, Artie Lange, Artie Quitter podcast, December 1st. And
how do they get it? Just on iTunes and all that?
Go to artiequitter.com. On Twitter. If you go to me on Artie Quitter, artiequitter.com, one word, ARTIE Quitter.
Right.
You'll find out more information, but more will be coming soon.
And you sold out Philadelphia.
I sold out Philly this weekend, November 15th. The good people of Philly, a theater there. And then November 21st and 22nd, I'm at the Pittsburgh Improv. I added a show. 2 sold out. I added a 3rd show. So November 21st, 22nd, Pittsburgh Improv.
Philly's kind of like my second home. They fucking love you down there.
They're a great market.
They're ridiculous down there.
They're a fantastic market.
We got Bobby Lee in studio.
I sold 3 tickets at Bananas.
Let's get offensive, man.
No, I don't even know what you mean by when you say that.
You got to do something outrageous.
I said something offensive.
It's over. Fuck it. I don't care.
Stop trying to be funny. I went offensive long ago.
Oh, you should be offensive. Like I say gook and stuff like that.
Oh, well, no, but that's, you can say that.
Yeah.
Like if I say it,
I'm
I
a pan-faced gook. Look at me. I look like I have diabetes and jaundice. Like, you know what I mean? Like self-deprecating. Yeah.
See, that's who's not
I'm unfuckable. Like that. I do that. That's my new opener.
Besides the gook, I relate to all of them.
Yeah.
Jaundice, diabetes, unfuckable.
Yeah. And when you get high, maybe you're like my uncle or something, you know?
I get Chinese on it.
Yeah.
You just sold 3 more tickets. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Just got off the phone with Bananas and Hasbrook Heights. Doing great,
They're
Bobby.
closing.
You're doing good.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, buddy.
Keep this up, and I think we'll have half a room for you.
Is the
by the end of
Bananas in
the show.
Poughkeepsie still open?
I don't know. I
That
never
was
played
the-
a banana. I didn't even know what it
think so.
was.
That was the crazy weekend. Talk about depressing. You did the Friday in Hasbrook.
Thank you so much for the
Saturday in Poughkeepsie at Bananas. But they were always good to me, though.
The Bananas?
Did you get along with those?
You know,
people?
I saw him at the Carlin thing. I saw Harland. I don't like to do the Bananas in Hasbrook Heights because I could never compete. Caroline's were that I had to make a decision.
It's the New York
I can't draw.
area.
I can't draw. But my agent would be like, nobody makes that. You know, they don't give a fuck where you're. No, it's okay. You do Caroline's 2 weeks later, Hasbrook Heights. It's different markets. I'm like, it's not different markets.
It
There's
isn't.
a bridge separating.
No,
them.
it
Can I
isn't.
ask you a question, though? I just played Levity Live. Is that close to the Bananas?
I did that in Poughkeepsie.
Nyack.
I don't know what Nyack.
I played there.
It might be
It's
far
a nice
enough.
club.
They said 20 miles. 20 miles
It
away.
might be
They
far
said
enough,
Opie.
though. It
That might be
far
a bit of a
enough.
different market, though.
Bobby, they're bullshit.
You might be all right. Yeah, you're fucked. Artie's telling you, you're fucked this
Wait,
weekend.
look at this face, Bob.
I know.
Hasbrook Heights and Nyack? I don't know. They're totally different
They
markets.
are?
Yeah,
Okay.
very close, though. I
But
mean,
he
they might
said,
bleed a
he's
little
right.
bit.
It's about 20 miles.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
20 miles. That's what they say, you know? And I try to get out of it, and they say, you can't get out
You
of
know
it.
what you're doing? What we call Mad TV numbers.
Whoa, boy, yeah. Can I tell you something, Artie, though?
Yeah.
Because I had some bad behaviors on that show, but then they saw you before me, and you really, like, set a bottom for me, you know?
I knocked down.
Now, whatever I did, it was a cool, you know?
I knocked down doors that you walked through, motherfucker.
But I did take a shit in Dick Blasucci's office, so you didn't do that. I did that.
I never met Dick Blasucci. See, I was
That's
before.
right. Facts and Adams.
Yeah, you guys did a good. Like that show. 14 years, man. I still get checks.
You do?
That was like a great Mad Libs.
Oh, God.
That show's up.
You took a shit in his office? I think you told us that
Yeah,
last
already.
time.
I'm not going to say it again. I'm just telling
right,
him
all right.
Don't
new
repeat
information.
the Dick Blasucci shit in his office.
I love you, Dick Blasucci.
What, you come in from a red eye from LA?
Yeah, I'm really tired.
And then
you
you got
know.
stuck at the airport?
I got stuck an hour and they didn't pick me up or nothing.
Why did you
And
sleep
then
in a cab?
I don't know where I am. I don't know who I don't know where I am.
I don't know who I am.
I don't know who
Bobby
I am.
Lee.
I don't know where I am. Because you give JFK and then I don't know what the other one is called.
Newark is better.
Yeah.
Don't
That
fly
one.
to JFK. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, I did that, and then I waited there for an hour, and then finally I went to my emails and I called the lady, and then she hooked it up for me.
Wait, you waited? I would have been on the phone the minute I didn't see a Bobby Lee sign. I would have been on the phone
No, I
while
don't-
still in walk off the plane mode.
And when comedians are yelling about their business into a cell phone, it does sound embarrassing. Hello, bananas? Hello, bananas? Do you realize you're headliners? Hello?
Yeah.
No, I just sat there, and I just was for an hour and just sat there.
Doing what?
I just kind of bummed and depressed and stuff.
Why would you have sat there? Aren't you angry? I would have been in a rage.
No, I was going to fire my manager, but then it's like I forgave her.
Her? That's your first problem.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I should get a man with a big hairy ball.
yeah.
Jesus, stop it.
I'm sorry.
Where did that come from?
I'm so sorry.
All right, you're here now, and you got a nice
I
big
want to say
sandwich.
this to you.
Yes, Bob.
I really thank you for the opportunities for the radios and stuff. I do.
Yeah.
And the thing is that all your fans love me on the Twitter and stuff, and I'm gonna lowball at the show.
Why are you going to lowball it?
Because I feel like I told Sam, that's your name, right? I told
That's that's exactly how Sam should be addressed.
Yeah,
When you Sam it is.
Yeah.
You've been doing the show how long? How offensive is that?
I call you warm fuzzies. And the thing is that
A guy just slept on the floor of the airport, forgot your name.
So I'm going to lowball it. So you know what? You guys talk, and then I'll just.
How come you have I don't like your thumbs coming out of the sweatshirt sleeves. What are you doing?
I bought it because of that.
That's like fucking chick.
It's an extra $80.
It's got like a little orphan Annie kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
You
Like
look
I have a
little-
little dog like Sandy. You know what I mean?
Little urchin.
Why are you going to lowball it?
They made a Negro Annie's.
I saw that.
I know. I cannot watch Negro Annie's.
I don't know.
No, not at all.
No.
After the Black Honeymooners, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
much better than the original, by the way.
Yeah. Is that racist saying Negro Annie's? Let me rephrase it.
Don't ask Artie.
Afro-American.
Much better.
Afro-American Annie's.
African-American.
African-American and Annie's.
Black is okay.
Yeah. But
Black is a term that makes more sense than African. African American can mean you're white.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. Black, white. It should be black, white. It's very simple.
Yeah, well, there's another term, but we wait till we're off the air.
Yeah. I'm sorry to the fans that I said Negroes.
Okay, they're not offended.
Okay, good.
They're good.
No, you're fine.
Where are you getting these sandwiches from? The fuck's
do you
going
guys
on?
over
No,
there?
no, it's in Brooklyn.
What's the fat guy's name?
Artie.
Eric, Roland, Artie.
Artie. You know the guy that I like. I love him a lot. You know the guy with that
Roland.
Roland.
Do you know anyone's name here?
No.
Why not?
I know yours. Opie.
Oh, great.
Jim.
Thanks.
Artie Lange. Right?
Lange.
And Sam.
That's right. You almost said Stan.
Stan the man Sam.
He doesn't know your name. He knows my name. He's been on my show like.
I don't think he
a
knows
couple
your name.
times.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was going to open and eat it. But
Go open it. You
Well, we're on the
flew
air.
all
You
night.
shouldn't eat it.
Oh, we had a problem with Mark Maron.
Yeah, Mark Maron, I guess.
Oh, Mark Maron came in here?
Yeah, he was very good.
And then there was
No, I love him. No, I love Mark Maron, but he came in here?
Yes, he did.
What, you got a problem with Mark Maron? Why?
What's wrong with you, Mark?
It sounds like you got a problem with
Can I
him.
say
Like
something?
you came in here?
I love Mark, but he gives me really bad intros.
Oh no! For what?
He goes, this guy's a dancing clown, and he likes to like do high energy to get laughs. Here he is. And it's like, I don't like that as an intro.
But where does he intro you?
At the Comedy Store. And then I tell him, don't do it. So now he goes, oh, here he is, Bob. And then that's all he does.
Well, that's better.
Yeah,
What do you want him to
He did
say?
exactly what you
I want to
asked
just
of him.
be in the between, like just say my credits, and then he's a good friend. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're one of those. You're not one of those pains in the ass.
Exactly. What are you in Vegas in 1968? He's a good person. He takes care of his sick mother. Gives a
This
shit.
next cat, let me say it.
Don't you hate? I hate it when people lie. You know how
you wanna know?
I'm not lying. No, listen.
I
I
built a life on lying.
Listen,
Hold on, I want to hear his Scarface speech. Go ahead.
I didn't see that, but
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
You got to see the black one.
But what I'm saying is that
Blackface.
Oh, that's fine.
Blackface. Hello there, Pelican. Fly, Pelican. Hello there.
Starring Ted Danson as Tony Montana.
Dick Willie and Richard's neck. You wait for me to fuck you. Starring Ted Danson.
All right, get back to point.
I watched that movie. Go ahead.
Stand up and get back to pointing. You were about to say something.
my point.
You
Well,
love
now it's like, but my point is that when people lie, like they go, he was on HBO and he was on Tonight Show, and they've never even done any of those things.
Oh, really?
No, you know how people
Well,
get
just-
introduced like that?
Well, don't hate the player, hate the game. Just start doing it.
That's right.
No, but I.
Have you been on HBO?
No, that's why when if they say it, I say I wasn't on it.
Right.
Like somebody will go, "Hey, but he was on HBO," and then I'll go up on stage like, "I wasn't on HBO,"
Right.
Because I want to claim something that I wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like for instance, if I was going to introduce you, right?
What would you say? Uh-oh.
Mad TV.
Mad TV.
He was on that.
He was on Mad TV.
Good.
He was on the Howard.
The Howard.
The Howard.
Because it's competing, so I want to.
No, yeah,
I don't want to see the whole thing.
Don't say his name. Howard Beale show. He was in
The
that
Howard Beale
All right,
show, right? And then I would bring you up, and then it wouldn't be a lie. That's all.
No, I understand, but sometimes, listen. First of all, I can say HBO. You know why? Just because of this guy.
Oh yeah.
I like the negative stuff better. Like I would say, the Z Morning Zoo in St. Louis thinks this next guy is a monster. If you like racist, misogynist comedy.
I used to lie when I would do this one hell gig in Jersey. You would do it was a bar. It was a nightmare. I would always say I'll open for Dice Clay. I never met him, but I thought that would give me some credibility. And they would always bring me up as Andrew Dice Clay's opener. Like, ooh, there comes a dirty, funny guy.
Why not?
Yeah, for many years.
That's
before
how I met
him.
you. Did you know that?
Yes, we did a 9/11 benefit, right?
For with Andrew in Vegas.
Was that with Steve something and Sebastian? No,
that was with Joey Diaz.
All right,
Joey Diaz.
Yeah, me, you, Joey Diaz, and Dice.
I do remember that.
Fuck the Diaz brothers.
Yeah, put the fucking keys right there. You're gonna drink a Red Bull.
So what have you been up to, Bobby? We haven't seen you in a couple months.
Not much, you know.
No? You go on Sam's show and tell all the good stories.
I went on Sam's show and...
you told the Ari Shaffir story where he beat you up 3 or 4 times.
I told that story. Yeah, 3 times in a row.
Why?
Because of things that I didn't do.
That was the time before last. This time,
right?
His relationship almost ended because of it.
Because of your can I say fuck? Because your fucking show.
No, because of your mouth.
No, it's not my mouth. You pry it out of me, fuck.
What happened?
Right? No, you pry it out of me, and I'll tell you what happened, right? I talked about my relationship on your show.
You said it was ending.
Yeah, it was ending, and I came home, tears.
Well, what do you expect her?
Trembling tears.
What do you expect her to take from that?
There's nothing private with us anymore. You go on the radio, you tell everybody, you know what I mean?
Well, because he was talking about playing like a PlayStation game, like hours and hours.
Xbox One, thank you.
What's the name of the game?
Destiny.
Okay, he's talking about playing Destiny.
In your defense, you didn't yell it in the middle of American Idol. It was on a guy, you don't even know his name. It was on his show. What I say on Stan's show is sacred.
What do you expect her? You got to think she's going to listen to you on the radio.
Yeah, but I can't talk about it now because
Are you still together at least?
Yes, we are.
All right, good,
and I cannot talk about... We made a contract. I'm not going to talk about her on any more radio shows.
When are you going to break up with her officially?
No, we're going to... She's my life...
through the holidays,
my life partner.
She's your life partner.
Yeah, you almost messed it up and you realized you almost messed it up.
This is it. I'm 43. This is it.
Life partner.
It's over. I can't do it.
Marriage? Kids?
Yes.
All that.
All that.
She's hearing this now.
Yeah, I'm going to nut and all that.
You're going to nut?
You're going to come in her. Do you not come in her?
You're going to nut.
Do you not come in her? I like to come in somebody.
I got her pregnant.
Oh, you did get her pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Captain Privacy.
When we first, when we first, you know, and I regret it. I regret it.
Do an abortion or miscarriage?
I just regret it. I love her. I love you. Yeah,
you said a miscue, maybe.
She might not want the whole world to know you had an abortion.
Stuff like that happens.
I didn't say that, but did I say that?
No, not at all.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like I didn't say that.
No,
but it's just two options, though.
We kind of read.
And you know what? I didn't say
between the lines.
Hey, maybe she had the baby and gave the adoption. It could have been a tubal pregnancy they had to fix, right?
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Don't say it in
that's
a direct
exactly
way.
what it is.
Say like, hey, look, I used to be $200 richer.
Why?
That wasn't me.
I know.
That was
I did it.
You did.
You're right. I did it.
Yeah,
You did that.
but that's not a thing to be ashamed of. You got somebody pregnant and whatever. You just decide to go down and take care of it.
Yeah. Well, I might as well just talk about it.
I mean, a lot of people have had it.
Really? It's not ashamed about.
It's not uncommon.
Why don't you take us through it?
All right. I matter.
Take us through
Not to be
it.
ashamed
We're going to
of.
fight.
Dude, why?
You know what it is? I haven't slept and you're going to get
You got to get this off your chest.
Nothing to be. It's not like you got an abortion.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you got to get
first met.
You're offended about bringing in the 5 billionth Asian?
I want to say though. I want to say before I even go into this that she's the love of my life and
Yes.
I love her.
Life partner.
Of course.
Life partner.
Life partner for sure all day, every day. You know what I mean?
day.
Sure.
That's a gay term. She's your girlfriend.
Yeah. And I snutted inside her.
As you
know what I
should
mean?
have.
Yeah, because it feels good.
Sure does.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
You know, even with the thing wrapping, it doesn't feel as good.
Nah, why wear that? Come on, be a man.
So I did it a bunch of times. You know what I mean? And then one day she said that she was, of babies.
She was knocked up.
She was pregnant.
Yeah, I don't know what the right
Fattened her up a
term is.
little
What's the
bit.
term?
She was
Babies.
pregnant.
She's pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Bob, I hate to interrupt you, but Alan Alda's on Kelly and Coda.
We do have a lot of TVs on it.
So this is very nice, though. It's
And
a
I regret
romantic
our decision, but we went to the clinic.
Whose decision was it?
Yeah.
It was a mutual decision.
Yes. You said.
And they told us to take a pill. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then she took the pill, and then a week later, we went back and the baby was still there, but now the baby looked like Harvey Dent.
Oh,
like half
no.
half the face. Yeah. Half the face. He didn't do the thing.
Two-Face
just
from
got the
Batman.
reference.
Yeah, Two-Face. Yeah. So then we did the old school. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you do
not the hanger, not the hanger,
Was
but
the baby still alive, looking like Harvey Dent?
We did old school, kicked her in the stomach.
Yeah.
Threw it down the stairs.
Yeah.
So the baby was still alive and what, being
That's
eaten?
just she's gonna break up with me.
Wait,
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave.
This
I'm gonna leave.
This sounds like the worst abortion story ever.
Can I just say this real quick?
This is the worst
Jesus
abortion
Christ,
story ever.
Scott Peterson did a better job.
You know what? The Osmonds have better abortion stories.
Hey, where you going?
I gotta do it.
Dude, you didn't
I'm in so much trouble already, dude. I'm
You already told the story.
Bob,
I'm so much fucking trouble. Why do I do this?
Bobby, why don't you try to make...
Sit down. Sit down.
Why don't you try to, turn this around?
People have had it happen before. It's
You're
not
in a
like
really bad spot right now.
It's a long time ago.
But you're a smart guy. You could turn this around.
Tell a loving story.
I'm going to do a loving story. I'm going to do a loving story.
Absolutely.
I have a loving story.
Was it a boy or a girl?
She wrote me a letter when I came here.
Oh, Christ.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's nice.
Yeah, she wrote me a
got a love
letter.
letter.
She wrote me a letter here.
It looks like the note they found in
I'm
the
not going to
Ramsey
read it.
house.
But she wrote me a love letter, right? And I'm in love with my girlfriend.
You want me to read it?
I'm going to marry her.
Let me read it for you.
No, please don't.
What does it say?
Can we hear it?
Can you read
I want to hear the notes.
Can you read the first five?
Okay, can I just say this?
Does it
Can I
rhyme?
just say this,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
I'm going
Bobby.
to say this, right? Reading this letter would probably be very good radio.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm guaranteeing it.
I know, Jimmy. But if you read this letter, it's over.
Why is it? But why is it over? It's beautiful. You're reading a nice thing.
I know, but the thing is
Bobby,
that this is a private letter.
I gotta tell you something though, Bobby.
Yeah.
You just told the worst abortion story ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
This
to
could
climb
bring you back.
out of the
This
hole.
could bring you back.
First of all, you left us with a very easy decision. Either it's a great radio or your relationship's over. For us, it's a no-brainer.
I think you have no choice at this point.
I think you got to tell
This
a
might
nice
bring-
story.
This might bring you back.
You're the only one thinking
I'm going
it
to say
over.
this though, and I'm going to say this is a fact.
Okay.
And this is I'm about to say a fact.
Okay.
If you read it, right? I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it.
I'll read it if you want me to, but I'll do it. I'll be
Yeah, but
nice
do it
about
gentle,
it. I won't
right?
be
You
an
read it
asshole.
in Black Scarface?
But if she breaks up with me, right? I'll never see you again.
Oh.
No, we don't want that.
I'll never see you again.
You know
so
what? I'll
who's going to
read it then.
gamble?
I'll tell you, I will. I'll
We
tell
don't
you-
see
Are
each
you going
other?
to gamble? Who's going to gamble?
I'll tell you why. let Artie read it, because if she breaks up with you, it might be because of the abortion story, not this. Like it might already
I'm
be had
fucked
done.
already.
I don't think you're fucked. You told a true story about your life.
Let's
It's your
call
life
her.
too.
How about we call her?
Okay.
All right.
Because that could be
On the air.
After you read the
But
letter,
my phone's
though.
my
After
phone's
you
in the
read the letter.
thing.
Have someone bring it. Have someone bring it.
No, I don't have it memorized. It's in the thing.
Just have someone go
Go
get
get your phone.
Have Kenny get
She's
your phone.
sleeping. It's L.A.
Exactly. Wake
How about
up,
Artie
Jimmy.
reads the letter
You're
then?
presenting us with a bunch of easily solved problems.
Now, let me tell you, if we call my girlfriend and she goes, fuck you, and hangs up, right?
All right. Why would she?
No, I'm going to tell you right now. No, I'm not even lying. You will never see me like this before. I will cry.
Oh, we don't want you
And
to
I'll break
cry.
down.
Let me see.
No, this
Can I
is
see
you
the
guys
note?
did it. You did it.
Can I see the note? I won't read it. I just want to look at it.
Look at it.
I think we need to read the letter first.
Okay. Read the letter. Read the letter. Read the letter.
Hold on, let Artie read the letter. Oh, she's nice fucking
She's
handwriting.
great. She's the smartest girl I've ever met.
This is really nice. She has a nice little note for it. Look at the nickname.
Let's let
she gives
Artie
it.
read the letter.
Artie, read the letter.
Maybe save Bobby Lee's relationship.
Yeah, the note is really good.
Wow.
Yeah, you should start reading it again.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Bobby, you ready?
But hey, Artie.
Yeah.
Artie, don't laugh.
Be
I will
nice.
just
And
read
be
it.
sincere
I'll
and
read
be
it very
real about it.
sincerely.
We're
Okay.
trying to save a relationship here.
Hello, my dearest young.
He's just kidding.
Bobby, I
Give it to me right now, though.
It's your possession. I'll give it to you. But I'm not going to read it that way.
He's just joking. He's not gonna read it
Bobby.
I'll read it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are comics. You
Yes.
understand. He went for a quick joke.
Yeah, could you play These Boots Are Made for Walking?
Here's Mike Tyson as Bobby Lee's girlfriend.
All right, here we go.
Really nice.
My dearest Yum Yum boy. Okay, so it's only a week and a half, but it's true. I'll miss you. There's always been the comfort of knowing you're in the next room.
That's nice.
I can't do it. I swear to God, I can't do it.
All right, Bobby, why?
But we had the music.
That's a nice.
Can I just say how I assume it ends?
That's a very nice note.
Bobby, the music and everything.
Or, you know what? Just finish it. Fuck it.
It's not.
It's fucking radio.
It's not like it's. Dude, it's not bad.
This is my business. You know what? I'm a comedian.
Yes, she's got
I'm a comedian. She knows that. And I'm gonna do it. Let's just do it. Fuck it.
Absolutely. You're the.
She's got to know that.
Yeah, you pay the bills.
My dearest Yum Yum boy. By the way, it's 11, 12, 14. Okay, so it's only a week and a half, but it's true. I'll miss you. There has always been the comfort of knowing you're in the next room. Looking for Xer? Fur?
I don't know.
Let me see. Zur. It's like a name.
No, Zur. Zur, it was a character in the game Destiny. Because when I was on the road, I made her play my game because he only shows up on the weekends and she had to buy something for me anyway.
Okay. All right, that's good.
You know, I can't believe I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I guess
he's an agent of the 9, and he only shows up Friday and Saturdays.
Yes.
Should have brushed up on my agents of the 9.
Okay.
Exur. And living the life of a well-armored titan. I love having you home in our wretched little setup. I'm sorry. Littered with puppy shit and half-eaten shoes.
What a romantic.
I never wanted a perfect life with a perfect man and a perfect home. I only ever wanted someone to call a friend whose lunacy and savage behavior complements my own and who has a minimum of 5 inches to offer during horizontal playtime. You have been all that and more.
I can't fucking believe that she said that.
You're a pretty...
Why? She doubled Jim's regular...
I forgot that was in it.
You're a pretty fucking special little bonbon.
Oh.
And I adore you to the end. To no end. Enjoy Israel and safe travels, my love. Is that what she calls New York, Israel? No.
Say hello to all your Jews show business friends.
Enjoy Kiteland.
I'm going to Israel Sunday from New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Performing there?
Yes.
No, it's vacation.
And please feel free to loudly read the book I've given you. It's a Quran.
Enjoy your gig at the Apollo in Africa. Enjoy Israel and safe travels, my love. The cat and I will be here when you get home. See you soon. Yours, me.
It's really romantic, too.
I love her so. Really nice. Thank you so much.
I love a man with 5 inches in our filth hole of an apartment.
I see problems in the letter, Bobby.
What's the problem?
Going to Israel without your
it's a business trip, so. Okay. No, it's like
hello, Opie Jews business.
I got a call from Steve Byrne. He's like, "Hey, Israel wants to fly you Asians out to tweet about how beautiful Israel is. It's a free trip, so I'll go.
Just do it anyway. Pretend you're there.
I'm doing it. I'm going.
I think that's
it's beautiful, Israel.
So we got the bad abortion story. Now we got the love letter. I think you might be good, but you might want to call her just to make sure.
All right, how do we do that? Did you get the number?
Yeah, but we'll have to tell her on the air first. Bobby wants to talk to you on the air.
Just write it down.
Oh no! Here's what I got to call her first. Where's the commercial break?
It's not there.
Not for another 20 minutes.
We'll just if she doesn't want to come on, she'll just say no.
Yeah, we just write it.
We won't put her on any bet spot. We can't do that. She
he can go in the other room and just talk to her that way.
That's it right there. Fight.
Bobby, go in.
Or just text. Just throw her a text.
Yeah.
Bob, your sole purpose for going to Israel is to tweet about it? That's really it?
Yes.
I'd be happy to do. I'm not even Asian. I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that, for
you get paid?
No, I mean but it's a free trip, and and I love Israel.
It's not all about money. It's
Artie, I love it.
Obviously, you could have brought her.
What?
What's her name?
Kalila. I'm fucked.
You're not fucked. Why are you fucked?
What? Why do I have such a big mouth?
Because you're an honest comedian. That's why you're very good at what you do.
Hey, you're a comic.
Because you're truthful.
That's why 3 people are going to see you.
Exactly, and you're wearing flip flops in 39-degree weather.
I don't know. I think we sold some
shower
tickets today.
shoes.
Hasbrook Heights Bananas. I think you sold a few more, Bobby.
Who doesn't like Bobby Lee?
Amazing.
Oh, I wanted to answer your question before. You were asking me when are my tickets for going on sale for Foxwoods, and I forgot Toronto. I have to mention this is on sale now, and it's for like December 30th or 29th, and then the Fox Theater at Foxwoods is on sale now. So and also Buffalo all week I'm there. So get tickets this morning, please.
Nice,
if you wish.
Yeah, I mean Hasbrook Heights. That's like your Broadway, man. Give my regards to Route 17 North.
I will. Thank you.
I've been there. It's a great club.
I'm sorry I didn't even listen to a word you're saying. I'm just thinking about what I have to deal with.
You're sweating a lot, Bob.
I know. I'm fucked.
Well, he's wearing a hot hat.
I really am fucked. The last thing she said to me was... She did?
Yeah.
Well, she might not know. Maybe
They're trying again because she hung up, but now they're calling back.
Well, let's see what happened. Maybe they think she might think it's a prank.
What's going on in there, E-Rock? What do we know?
Still trying to call out.
That's all. It's nothing to do.
She's sleeping. It's L.A., you know?
Yeah, it's early there. But she knows who you are. She knows what you're like. She's not going to be surprised. You know, you're a little yum-yum boy. She knows that. Little
Maybe
yum-yum
she's
boy.
fucking Zure.
It's a good nickname. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's good.
I didn't mean to laugh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
come on.
That's good.
Because these are like little things that people say to each other, like, oh, my little sweet cakes
I
or whatever,
understand.
Yeah,
right?
I've never heard
She
yum
calls
yum
me-
boy or bon bon, but those are, for you, I guess they're nice.
That's fine. But,
Little
you know,
yum-yum boy.
I love you. Thanks for the opportunity for the radio, but...
And I apologize for laughing at
Okay,
that.
thank you.
It is
Thank
a
you
good
so much. I
name.
love you,
It's a
man.
good
You're a good
nickname.
guy, man.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging my
You
faults.
are a little yum-yum boy. I don't disagree.
Let's see.
That's a great nickname.
I think they might be talking to her.
An absolute.
I see that.
What?
Oh, good.
Hold on a minute.
What?
You talk, Bobby. It's.
Kalila?
Hold on. Here you go.
Kalila? Kalila?
What do you want?
Are you sleeping? I'm so sorry. I'm on Opie and Anthony. You're on the air right now. Sweetie, you know, we talked about like me not talking about our personal stuff on the air and stuff.
Yeah, you don't get permission.
No, I already did it.
Oh, fuck.
And I already did it, but I also said on air that I love you. You're the love of my life, and I love you. And I'm in love with you, and I just hope you're not mad, but you know.
Okay, but no, you got to be more specific. What did you say?
Well, because I already did it on that other podcast about the losing the baby.
Oh, fuck, Bobby. Just how many more people do you need to know that you killed a child?
And I know it's not Christian of us to talk about it, but I don't know why I did it. Sweetie, you know, I was tired, I haven't slept, and I just say things, you know. And we also Artie Lange read your letter on air.
That's brilliant.
That was to make up for the abortion story, though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's Opie.
Could you tell Zure to put a robe on and get out of the room for this?
But, sweetie, can I just say this?
To be honest with you, Yum Yum Boy has done nothing but talk nicely about you.
Artie, that's not that funny. She's listening.
I'm sorry.
Sweetie, I love you so much. My girlfriend is great. Her name is Kalila Kuhn, and she is half Filipino, half
Shut the fuck up. Oh, my God.
Am I in trouble? I love you. We can't, sweetie.
You can't break up with Bobby over this. You can't.
Oh, God, he's done way worse to me. I never know what to come home to.
What do you mean? Can we ask?
Go
what
ahead.
do you mean by way worse?
I don't know. What do you guys know he's a savage? He's an animal. I live with an animal.
What's he do that's animalistic or savage?
Did he introduce Bill Maher into a threesome?
Oh, God, let's see. Do you guys really want to know just one example?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's see. So he refuses to pee inside an actual bathroom. We have a balcony, and there's this huge jug that I just happen to pass by here and there, and for months I would wonder why it would smell so badly like ammonia, and it was just a random jug outside. And then,
Well, that's a cultural thing.
Wait, he urinates on the balcony?
No way. I'm Filipino. That is certainly not a cultural thing. In any case, I find out.
Sweetie.
I find out later that he had been collecting 6 years worth of urine.
Sweetie.
For funsies. No, like completely for fun.
Sweetie.
Get to the bad part.
And then the worst part about that is that he looks at it, and I'm like, sweetie, what in the fuck is that? I mean, this thing literally was so old, it had almost crystallized and kind of had like a thick consistency to it. And then he looked over at me, and he was like, look, you've got to do it for me. It's been 6 years, and I'm too scared to pour it down the toilet.
You dumped 6 years of his pee down the toilet? Oh, she did.
And so here I was at 4 in the morning, and when I picked up the pail, the ammonia had cracked it completely.
It was leaking.
I had to put it in another pail and I had to carry it across the house.
It was leaking.
As it was dripping in my hand. It was.
Robbie, is that true?
How is this true?
Well, the thing is this is that I
Yum boy.
Why did you have to
I
say?
don't smoke inside the house. I smoke in the balcony, and I have to pee every time I'm smoking. So I smoke. I have a gigantic. I had a thing out there for my raw denim to soak my raw denim, but then I started peeing in it, and it just, over the years it. Yeah.
Did you just soak your raw denim?
Well, not after that.
What does that mean to soak your raw denim?
Well, you're not supposed to wash your raw denim, so it's like I soak it in.
Who knows that?
Dark woolite.
But isn't that kind of washing it?
No, it's not. It preserves the color.
You're worried about that?
You're gonna argue laundry with him? Don't argue laundry with him. No, it's not, Opie. It's preserving the color. And if you want to go further with it, it's woolite.
But you need it to save the urine.
You're right.
No, I was gonna dump it eventually, but it's like it just never. It got too full. Anyway,
and then it gets
that's enough.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
That's 1.5 presidential administrations.
That's enough. This woman's the funniest person ever. Keep going.
Yeah, please.
What else?
Let me see. Oh, so he has a very delicate stomach, and he refuses to. Well, no, actually, no. He swears he can never make it to the toilet. So when we're driving, he stops in a random person's lawn and takes a shit on their
but can I say this?
Yeah, you better defend that.
Sweetie, can I say this? You told me to go to that Korean restaurant, right? All you can eat. Right? And then
my stomach was fine.
I know, but then and when I went to the 7-Eleven, right, you go, eat this banana. And as soon as I ate the fucking banana that you told me to eat, I had to take a shit, and we couldn't make it home, so I shit on somebody's lawn, on this, whatever, the fucking thing. The garden.
2 minutes, dude. It was 2 minutes away.
It was out. I was out. I was shitting. In the 7-Eleven, I was shitting.
Don't explain to us. We get it.
All right.
Yeah. Please, we're with you, Bobby.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
You shit on someone's lawn?
It's like a car garden or whatever.
Was it a nice
It was late
house?
at night. I don't remember. It wasn't.
I saw this on TMZ. Was it Johnny Galecki?
Was it a log or was it not a good
It was
consistency?
spray. It was.
It was a shit shower.
Did you pick up after?
And she was in the driver's seat, and she almost took off. She was so embarrassed.
Almost took off.
Swipe.
But it's not.
Swipe, and I said, take a leaf, take anything around you or your underwear, wipe yourself, and toss it out. And you're like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up.
So we drove with the shit in my underwear.
How did it smell in the car?
Oh, it was awful.
It was awful. It was really a bad day. It was a bad night.
I could imagine.
It was a bad night.
Really bad night. Yeah,
It sounds like he's done this more than once, though.
Oh yeah, it's a common
Okay, that's
thing.
enough. That's enough.
Anybody want my meatball sub?
But anyway, sweetie, I love you so much.
That's your podcast.
You know what? It went well, Bobby. She's not that mad
Is that
about
the
the
only
abortion
example?
story and the love letter. And
That's not bad stuff at all.
Not bad.
Peeing and taking a shit. Is there any other example? That's
well,
not
Bobby
embarrassing.
went into detail.
I have sexual things but we don't want to get into.
Like, what's the sexual thing of Bobby's that you might think's a little unusual? Because we were all a little unusual.
He's actually pretty. He's pretty normal in bed.
He said you have a couple of things, though.
No.
One.
Well, what about the
I'm the
butthole
unusual
stuff?
one.
butthole stuff.
Sweetie,
What? Which one?
you said that I don't like butthole stuff.
Oh yeah. For all the absurd stories I've heard about you getting your ass licked, you do not want anything in or around that area.
What do you try to put in that area?
Nothing.
No,
Even
you
a
stuck your finger in there.
freaks out.
She had these long. She's half Egyptian. She has these ET fingers, right? They're really long, and she stuck it in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it didn't feel good at all.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
She liked it, though.
Yeah, why won't you let her lick your butt?
I don't like it. That's dirty. That's dirty play.
An ET
Why
finger
is
in your
that?
ass doesn't feel good. Ask Drew Barrymore.
Why, by the way,
Affect your life.
why would you want to lick it after that fucking 7-Eleven story? What's going on with you?
6 years of pee and shitting on a lawn. I mean, it's no big deal.
I was expecting.
Anyway, sweetie, go back to sleep. I love you.
I expected this to go horribly
She's
bad.
a really
This is
cool
great.
girl.
You
She
made it
seems
sound like
cool.
the guy in Cleveland with the 3 kids in the basement. You'd sound
No,
fine.
she's great.
She's a
No,
keeper.
I know she's a keeper.
Can I ask her one question, though? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
you did just allude to the fact you said Bobby's normal. You're the unusual one in bed. Why do you think that?
I don't know. I think that I don't know. I think a little bit differently. I feel as though
She's
in
violent.
bed it's no holds barred.
She's violent.
So
What do you
it's
enjoy?
like-
She's
that's-
violent.
You're violent?
Not
What's that?
necessarily- No, not
The
violent.
second time I hooked up with her, right?
Yeah.
She she slapped me in the face, and she goes, "Are you gonna kill me?" That's the second date.
You woke up to that, right, Bobby?
I got hard with a nut in my pants. That would turn me on so bad, but I'm just saying.
That's a closer.
Yeah. But she opened with it.
That's not a good open.
She's a good girl, man.
She's a good girl, I know.
Marry her.
I'm going to marry her, yeah. I'm going to marry you.
In the letter, you references 5 inches. Were you being kind, or was that about or right on, or?
I think that was an undershoot. I know this is going to be really hard for you guys to believe, but he does not have a small dick. Nobody that crazy or with that big of a personality could ever be swinging less than 5.
Wow.
Bobby! That's right, thank you so much.
Bobby.
That's right, thank you.
Bobby's all cock.
Bobby, that just sold tickets for Hasbrook.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He'll probably show you. Yes.
Kalila, go back to sleep. I love you so much.
What? It's going well. You're scared we're going to fuck it up, right?
No, I'm going to say that there's other things that I don't want her to say.
Like
and then
what? Like what?
There are just things, because I've been dating for a year, there are things.
Like what?
I don't know what it might be, but it's like the shit story. I didn't even think of that until she said it.
But you skated. That was easy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but there's other things, you know what I mean, that are private, more private.
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Any private moments you want to share before we let you go?
Yeah.
Oh God!
No, we're good, baby.
Private? No, I think we're okay. I think there's nothing.
No, we're not okay. Bobby Lee needs to sell tickets for Hasbrook Heights. Exactly, it's not okay.
Yes.
I think one more story will fucking put him over the top.
Yes.
We're almost there.
This isn't. Bobby.
Yes.
This isn't where you told everybody that we broke up over IKEA dishes, right?
No, that's not a baby. That's
that's a boring one. He's done way crazier on our show.
Yeah.
Way crazier.
I've talked, sweetie. I've talked about sucking my cousin's penis.
Oh right.
Remember that?
Right.
I told you that.
Totally naked with your cousin.
Yeah.
See,
I talked about.
That's right.
I've talked about.
Yeah, and he's giving you guys mild versions of all those.
Why? With the cousin? What did he do with the cousin that he didn't tell us? Because he might have told us.
Sweetie, hang up the phone right now.
No, hold on. It's a fair question.
Jimmy, it's not a fair question, because the thing is that here's what it is, dude. Let me say this, okay?
Okay.
That he is a human being that's alive.
Sure, I don't know his name.
And he's a part of like American society, and he has radio and all that stuff too.
Sure.
And it's like we sucked each other's penises. I was 13 years old.
How old
I was a
was
little
he?
drunk, same age, right? We were a little drunk. You know what I mean?
What else did you do?
Bobby, we did give you a free sandwich.
69. That's all I'm going to go. 69. That's all I'm going to go and do.
Oh,
let me just say this.
True.
Yeah. And it's kind of like sucking penis.
Were you on the side or on top of the on 69?
I was on the bottom. I'm a bottom.
So he kind of fucked your face. Did you lick his ass?
No.
Did he lick yours?
No, we didn't know about those kinds of advanced moves back then.
Okay. Did he come in your mouth? It's okay if he did.
I don't remember. See how I thought?
Where'd he come? Where'd you come?
I don't remember. We were drunk, Jimmy.
Oh, all right. Just asking.
I'm a recovering alcoholic. You know that.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
That story wasn't worth it unless you hit a bonus of bananas at 8.
Kalila, go back to sleep.
Yeah,
I love you so much. I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, sweetheart. You boys have fun.
Nice talking to you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
She's the best.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
She's a very sexy voice.
She's a very sexy lady.
Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, my God.
You have a picture of her?
I have pictures of her.
I want to see Kalila. She's a fucking sexy name.
Yeah,
she
got a
picture-
slaps you.
Got
She's
a picture of her spilling urine on herself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she fucking carries your piss like she's on a job site. What a good girl.
Let me ask you guys something.
That went well, Bobby.
You did. You know what?
Okay.
Have faith in us,
It
Bobby.
literally
We didn't disappoint you, right?
I know, but you saved my relationship, because let me tell you, if you hadn't had her on the radio, right? Oh, man.
Okay.
It would have been...
Well, there you go. So the direct opposite happened that you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, we look out for you.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Jimmy. Thank you.
What are you
Her
finding?
photos are loading, because it's like, it's bad.
You had a lot of bad reception.
Bad reception, yeah.
She had a great voice, though.
No, she's a
sexy.
Let me tell you guys something right now, dude. It's like, I really lucked out with her.
Yeah.
You did.
I really did, because she's, I don't deserve her. Physically.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Ah, boy, Sam. Pick him up.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean-
put yourself down, Bobby.
Oh, here's a photo of her and I together.
Let me see.
That's her.
Now,
Yeah.
which one is she?
Let me see,
She's
Bobby.
fucking hot, man.
No, she's like a.
That's not your girlfriend.
I swear to God, she is. That's
She's-
Kalila.
yeah.
That's
What happened?
she's a
What did I do?
9.5, 9,
What did I
9,
do?
a
Yeah.
9.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a 5. It's America. I love it.
Why would you bring her down? You gave her a 9.5 and then brought her down to a 9.
And why would you jump yourself up 3 numbers?
Dude, she's an 11 and you're a 2.
Yeah, you're supposed to be good at math, Bobby.
I fucked up.
Let me see the picture, Bobby.
She's fucking beautiful, man.
Stunning.
She's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
what a
beautiful.
pretty girl.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
What?
She's amazing.
She's amazing,
Why the
yeah.
fuck would you tell her when you had an abortion with her? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'd brag about that, too.
No, but can I say this? Can I say this?
Imagine if the kid looked like him. No, what a fucking...
Yeah.
I really want to get back with God, and I want to be spiritual, and I'm going to tell God right now on group level, right, that if I get her pregnant again, I'm going to keep the baby.
That's good.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to keep the baby.
Nice.
You know what? And I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise it.
That's
Good.
cool. She, on the other hand, want nothing to do with that. It's very noble of you to keep a baby with a 10. That's good for you.
Are we leaving now?
In a minute, yeah.
What
Are we leaving?
Hang out.
are you
Where
doing?
are we going?
I think so. He was leaving. I thought he was
I
leaving.
put my jacket on.
Dude, your girlfriend is really hot, man.
No, she's great. No, dude,
gorgeous,
I met her on Tinder. I told you that, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Tinder one that you talked about last time.
Yeah. But it's going good now. It's really good.
All right.
And I'm really blessed, guys.
Anything else before we wrap up for today, Bobby? We got Hasbrook Heights, Bananas. We're doing.
Great. Can I just say
tickets are
this? Though?
going
Let
well
me ask
now.
you this.
Sure.
Be real with me.
Holy fuck, yeah.
We fuck around.
Yeah,
we
we're
fuck
friends.
around.
We're friends.
And I feel like I'm whole family here.
Yeah. We've texted.
Okay.
We text now.
Okay.
We're good.
So I want to say this. I don't know what it is, but when I come in this room, I say to myself, you can't say this, you can't say that. And as soon as I come in here, I say everything, okay? The things that I say, is that going to hurt my career?
No.
I feel like it's going to help it
Do you
because
wanna
I'm with juggernauts.
Yes. Do you want to know why you do that? Because we're manipulative.
No, but I'm manipulative too in my own way. You know what I mean?
But you know what? It worked
Yes,
out
Sam.
for you today, though.
And you came in here with very little confidence. And guess what?
I did. I was tired.
You stole the show, Bobby.
Did you
No,
see?
it's not about
You
that.
were
It's about
fantastic.
being a part of a group. We're part of a group.
You were a great part of this.
So we're part of a group.
You really were. You were part of, not apart from, as they say.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome, Bobby.
Thank
You
you.
want to run out before you blow it? I'll give you that opportunity today.
No, I have to stay to do the other.
Say in the end. We got
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
You have to stay to repeat this whole ass kissing shit somewhere else? Where are you going?
Fez? What is that?
What's that?
What is that?
Fez.
I'm doing the Fez.
Okay.
All right.
You doing Ron and Fez today?
Whatever, yeah.
Oh, they're good.
No,
good
they're great.
guys.
I love them.
I think we should start wrapping up. We did it.
We're done,
We did
I
great.
think, yeah.
Thank you so much,
Bobby
guys.
Lee is at Hasbrook Heights, Bananas. You're going to do great.
Artie is
Starting tonight?
Yeah. So tomorrow night.
Two shows.
2 shows tomorrow, 2 Saturday, and then go to Israel.
Now, these 3 people, is it a couple and one person? Is it all the same party?
Maybe some mother, father, daughter. I don't know what it is.
Oh, we'll push. We got to get tickets sold for that. And Artie, man, seriously, what a pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
appreciate
finally
the
doing
support.
it. We really appreciate it.
This was a bunch of fun. It was good laughs. Thanks. December 1st, my podcast. That's the big thing. Artie Quitter.
Artie Quitter on
Thank you.
Twitter.
Thank you, guys.
And Pittsburgh, you should push.
Yeah, we had a show in Pittsburgh, November 21st and 22nd at the Improv.
Great.
Oh, nice. And I will
Come back
be.
and see us.
Absolutely.
Bunch of stuff's on sale. Just go to jimnorton.com. I got the Fox in fucking Connecticut and Toronto and Buffalo and a whole bunch of stuff, and I shoot again in January. So just
Nice.
come see me.
Nice.
Well, Baltimore this weekend.
All
A
right.
funnier comic you will not see.
Oh, I don't know.
And Bobby, do you want to use the bathroom? Or you want to?
Exactly.
The sandwich is unbelievable.
Where do you pee when you're on the road? You can't save that pee.
No. I pee in the toilet. I was a single guy for so long. I just pee there. Who cares?
All right.
You know what I mean?
But
saved
collecting
it.
it
You
is
met
a
her on
weird
Tinder.
thing.
Shit, she's hot, man.
Thanks, man. I told you, remember?
Yeah. I haven't
He
had that
started
luck.
Tinder because of you.
Yeah. It worked.
I'm
It
off
worked.
it. I'm
He's
off
doing
it.
well on it.
No, I'm off it.
Why?
Why?
Done.
Yeah,
You got to commit to it, buddy.
you're probably right.
Yeah, you got to use it the right way.
I wasn't fucking. What was her name? Kalisa? Kalila was not fucking. I wasn't seeing Kalila.
No.
Exactly. No, exactly.
I can't commit to Uber.
All right, we're babbling. Oh, we're off tomorrow, but Ron Bennington will be doing the show live tomorrow for us.
Yes.
So.
There you go. That's
And
Ron
thanks to
Fez.
Dunham and Vic and Ron White too. It was
Jeez, I
great.
forgot those guys are on today,
Yeah, really
too.
good show.
What a
They were
fucking
really
show.
funny. Yeah.
So were you, Artie. So were you. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.